Hi Jen, I'm Jason. I'm just going to be taking a short history of you today. Just answer the questions. If you've got any questions or during it, just let me know. Is that okay with you? All right. So the first one we're going to, well, you've come in, you've said that you've got a sore neck today. So your location, can you touch with your finger? With just one finger for me, please. Yep. And it's on that side? All right. So onset, how did it happen?
I'm not really sure. I think I've been working at home with a computer on my knees for a few weeks, and I think it's just got worse as a result of not really getting up and being
Yeah.
active.
So with the computer, you if it's on your knees, you're looking down a bit. Rightio. So the duration, how long ago did it happen?
Probably 8 or 9 weeks now.
Yep. And has it stayed the same type of pain during it?
Relieved a little bit when I've exercised.
Yep. Does it get worse or better
Worse.
during the day at different times or anything?
Just if I'm sitting for a long time, it gets worse.
Yep. No worries. What about when you wake up in the morning? Is it any better or worse?
No better or worse in the mornings, not really.
Yep. And the type of pain, so is it like it's just there? Is it sharp or is it stabbing or?
It sort of feels stiff, and then it hurts if I move it in a certain way.
Yep. All right. So with it, is there any signs where it might go down your arm, like radiate down your arm, or
No.
does it move at all?
Sometimes I feel like it might be in my jaw. Like
Yep.
it started off as sort of a weird feeling in my jaw, but that seems to have gone now.
Yep, right, yeah. And what type of things can relieve it? Things like there's cold, or hot shower, or hot
showers.
packs.
Yeah, hot showers. I haven't tried a hot pack on it, but hot showers fix it, and just basically moving around and not sitting for a long time, I think.
Yep. And what about just keeping it? So you're saying keeping it still?
Yeah, that sort of makes it worse if I
Yeah.
just sit and don't move it. Yeah.
And what? So that can aggravate it and relieve. If you move it around, it can relieve it a bit.
Yep.
Yep. So how does it feel after you've had a hot shower? Is it better or?
Oh yeah, it feels looser after a hot shower. I think that heat definitely fixes it, but not for the long term really.
Yep. What about previous episodes of it? Have you had this type of thing before?
No, not really. Don't think so.
No. So you've never had anything similar to it before?
I had some problems with a rotator cuff a couple of years ago, but
Yep.
it was not really even the same. I don't think that was because of a sports injury, really.
Yep. And what type of treatments have you had in the past for, like the rotator cuff? And have you had other treatments for anywhere along your neck or through your neck?
No, just the rotator cuff. I had massage, which took a long time to fix, but it fixed it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's about it.
Have you ever had chiro before on your neck or?
Not on my neck, but I've had treatment before.
Yep.
Just on my back, you do.
And so you talk about you've had a rotator cuff injury.
Mm-hmm.
Is it on the same side that you were talking that what it is?
Yeah, it's the same side.
Have you had any other type of injuries that might?
I've broke my collarbone when I was a kid. I don't know
Yep.
if that's related, but I still have a nodule. Yeah.
Yep. Does it give you any trouble?
Not really.
And that's about it.
That's it. Yeah.
No worries. So we've talked about all those things. So there's just some other questions I'd like to ask. Your diet. What type of things do you eat? Is it like takeaways, or is it a balanced diet? Or?
I try to have a fairly balanced diet. I've got my mother here at the moment, so she's cooking a lot of cake. But we try to avoid that. Yeah, on the whole, a fairly balanced diet. Yeah.
And what about drinking? Do you drink a lot of water? Do you drink alcohol?
Probably don't drink as much as I should in way of water. And I probably drink about 2 times a week with alcohol.
Yep. What about recreational drugs?
No.
Nothing are you on any medications?
Nothing at all.
Rightio. Smoking?
No.
No. So nothing along those lines?
Nothing like that, no.
Rightio. What about family history? Do you have any family history of this type of thing?
My dad had Paget's disease. I don't know if that's
Yep.
relevant, but he did, had some deformity in the bones and had cancer. I don't know whether it's anything to do. Is that what you're looking for? Or?
Yeah. And what age was that for him?
Well, I think that he was diagnosed fairly early. We didn't hear about it until he was quite old. But I think that he had problems with one bone, and I can't remember what it was. But I think that's the history of that is that it sometimes can make its way into cancer.
Yep. So, is your mum alive?
Yes.
Yep. She's quite healthy.
Yeah.
Nothing really going on.
I think she has a bit of osteoarthritis. My grandmother had quite severe osteoporosis.
Yep.
And scoliosis in the back. I don't seem to have any scoliosis, but yeah, she was quite a tall, bent over sort of, woman.
Yep. And for yourself, your medical history, have you had any operations?
I've had 3 Caesars out of 4 kids.
Yep.
That's the surgeries I've had. Yeah.
Yep. What about any bad infections or something that's been really nothing like that?
No.
Right, yeah. And so you've talked about operations that you've had. So just kind of want to just check some systemic things. So bowel movements being regular?
Yeah, fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same with urine?
Yep.
Yep. What about lungs? Any troubles with your lungs, breathing?
We moved to Mackay about 18 months ago, and I've had like a productive cough on and off since I've been here, I think because of the aircon
You're right.
use.
Yep. And is that worse? Like at the moment we're getting into winter, is it better now or is it worse? Or
I think there's been an improvement as the colder weather's kicked in.
Yep.
I think it's just not being used to, I don't know, the air's different than what I'm used to, I'm not sure.
Yep. All right. We'll have a look at that in maybe a bit more detail with a physical exam. Also, what about skin conditions?
No, all right. I've got some rosacea. I've got quite dry skin, but that's about it,
Yep.
really.
Digestive system, any troubles when you're eating or
No problem.
things like that?
No.
And just probably the last one I'd like to ask some questions about is your lymphatic system. So lymphatic system will push, it kind of cleans your body out, but it can also carry infections. It's mainly designed to get rid of the fluids out of the body. So have you had any trouble with that?
No, not really.
Well, I think that covers it all. So thank you, Jen.
No worries.
Thank you.
Thank you.